What's our YouTube is your boy from 2000, 2000. I'm a fit, you know the vibes, you know the. Back at it with the. Back at it. We're gonna have to cut that. Back at it with another reaction for y'all boys, you feel me? Today we're watching Why Predators Ignore Sleeping Humans by I don't know who. I'm not gonna. But yeah, that's what we're watching today, gent. We're gonna watch Why Predators Don't Eat Us when we sleep here. I don't believe it, but we'll see what the video says of it. Before we even get into the video, man, make sure to like, subscribe, and put the post notification bell on. And yeah, y'all boys, my boy, keep it pushing. Let's get to like 2 likes today. Let's get 2 likes. Yeah, let's feel.
You're asleep, completely out, drooling on your pillow, probably snoring, zero awareness of the world around you. You are, by every biological definition, helpless. Now imagine you're not in your bedroom. You're in a tent, a thin piece of nylon, like embarrassingly thin, separating you from a forest full of animals that could absolutely end you if they felt like it. Lions, bears, wolves.
I only got foresty. Lions in the king of the jungle. Foresty.
Wolves, leopards, creatures that can hear your heartbeat from across a clearing, smell you from a mile away, and see perfectly in the dark while you're just lying there with your eyes closed. And yet, you wake up in the morning, every single time. Why? Seriously. Think about this for a second. A sleeping human is just meat. Slow meat.
Think about it though. Wait. Kinda has a point though. Okay, but it depends where you sleeping though. Us, we don't just go randomly in a random part of the world and sleep there. You feel maybe it's controlled, but think about it. Why do you wake up knowing there's prayers?
Get meat. Meat that can't fight back, can't run, can barely even register that something's happening until it's already happening. You'd think predators would be circling campsites every night like some kind of all-you-can-eat buffet. But they're not. They almost never are. And the reason they're not? It's not one thing. It's never just one thing. There are several layered explanations, each one more fascinating than the last. And together, they paint this picture of a strange, invisible agreement between humans and the wild. An agreement that goes back further than civilization, further than agriculture, further than anything we normally think of as human history. This goes deep. Let's go. Start with the thing that sounds like an ego trip, but is actually just biology. You are terrifying. Not you specifically. You, right now, watching or reading this, are probably fine. Normal. Not particularly scary. But humans as a species, to predators, we are genuinely, deeply evolutionarily frightening. Not in a way that's obvious from looking at us. We don't have claws, we're not fast, we're not particularly strong for our size.
I kind of get it. You feel we are built different. Well, boy, I am pretty, like, yeah, boy. Even dogs, dog, I don't have to run. When we get chased by dogs, I don't run, I just walk. Like, I am built pretty different, boy. I get what he's saying.
We can't even see well in the dark. On paper, we're kind of a disaster as an animal. And yet, a study published in 2019 by researchers at UC Santa Cruz found something remarkable. They played audio recordings of human voices near mountain lions, also called pumas or cougars. In the Santa Cruz Mountains in California, normal human voices, people just talking, and the pumas fled. They fled at the same rate they fled from the sound of dogs barking, and in many cases even faster. These are animals that take down full-grown deer like it's nothing. Animals that can drag a kill up a steep hill. Animals that are objectively absolute units of predatory efficiency. And they heard a podcast and ran. That wasn't a one-off result. The same research showed that pumas abandoned food they'd already killed, food they were in the process of eating, when they heard human voices.
Boy. Our ancestors were putting in work back in the day, boy. Yeah, we were really pushing that team, boy. For them to hear conversation and be like, fuck this, boy, I gotta salute my great grandfather. I know he's the cause of this. Yeah, my great not even that, he's not even that old. My great grandfather, yeah, he's the one. I think my great grandfather is in Germany. The one that the Lesotho one, yeah. Yeah, he's the cause of it, yeah.
nearby. They left their meal on the ground and moved away from the sound. From a survival standpoint, that's an enormous cost. A predator giving up a kill is basically working for free. The calories burned to make that kill don't get replenished. And
Mm.
they still did it, because the discomfort of being near humans outweighed the cost of hunger. That result confirmed something biologists had been noticing across multiple continents and multiple species for a long time. Lions in Africa's Kruger National Park reduce their movement in areas with higher human activity. Tigers in India
Mm.
give wide berths to villages even when those villages sit in the middle of prime habitat. Jaguars in the Amazon have adjusted their movement patterns to avoid locations where humans are regularly present. These aren't animals that are physically incapable of attacking. They're animals that have decided, at a species level, over thousands of generations, that being near us isn't worth it. And the reason for that is one
Yeah,
of the
they know
most
we
brutal
go.
facts in natural
They know,
history.
bruh.
We have been hunting and killing large
We are
predators for
dangerous
so long
people.
and
We're
so
dangerous
effectively
creatures, dog.
that we have literally shaped their genetics. Think
We
about the
know,
scope of that.
dog.
Humans have been active predators for somewhere around 2 million years. We hunted mammoths out of
Two,
existence. We wiped
2 million years of belt to ass. 2 million years of belt to ass. We are built different, dog. I would be the same, bruh. I
megafauna
would be the
off entire
same, bruh.
continents.
Keep your
Giant
distance.
sloths, woolly rhinos, saber-toothed
We've
cats, cave
extincted
bears.
animals back
Species
in
that
the
had
day.
survived ice ages vanished
Back
within
in the day,
thousands
we,
of
we
years of humans
did that
arriving
shit,
in their
bro.
territories. In North America, we hunted wolves to near extinction across the entire continental landmass. We eliminated mountain lions from the entire
Okay,
eastern
now that's kind
half
of
of the continent.
too much now. Okay. And then it's a sport killing animals. I don't know if it still is, man. Killing animals is a sport, and sharing them and having their skin. Okay,
Shot,
you're doing too
trapped, and
much now.
poisoned predators so systematically and for so long that the ones alive today are descended from the animals that were most careful around us. That's not a metaphor, that's natural selection. The lions that approached human
That
camps
reminds me.
too.
I don't mean to be pausing a lot, but that reminds me. Like this is how we got dogs. Back in the day, um, it was because of two reasons. I know because of two reasons. Wolves didn't kill us because we were hunting them. Some wolves, not all of them. Some of them still hunted you, but some of the wolves, mind you, they didn't fuck with us humans, so they would be friendly or run or like just hide or keep the distance from us because we hunted them. The other thing is they used to be pets. The wolves used to be our pets back in the day. They used to be wolves. I would know because I had a pet wolf back in the day. You feel me? I had a pet wolf, and we take care of that shit. Like it saw it was better that we were feeding it than hunting, because we fed them like just like how we feed our normal dogs and shit. Dog,
Boldly got killed.
I
The
got
wolves
game.
that
Like
preyed on human
just
settlements got hunted
make it
down. The
lecture.
predators that kept their distance, that treated
I'm
humans as
teaching
something to
y'all.
avoid rather than
Yeah,
something to
I'm giving
engage
y'all
with,
education for
they
free.
survived. They reproduced. They passed that inherited caution to their offspring. Over thousands of years and thousands of generations,
Bruh.
that caution became biological. It became instinct. It became the baseline behavior of every large predator that shares space with humans today. So, when a leopard picks up your scent in the night, somewhere deep in its nervous system, a very old alarm goes off. Not a thought exactly. It's not sitting there consciously thinking about human history, but an ancient, wired in inherited signal that says, be careful around that thing. Don't engage. Move on. That alarm has been passed down from every ancestor of that leopard that survived a close encounter with humans. It's a biological memory, and it runs deep. Now, let's talk about your smell. You've probably never really thought about how you smell because you're surrounded by other humans all the time and you've normalized it completely.
Nah, I
But
know I
to a
smell
predator
good,
operating with a
boy.
nose
I
that's
always
anywhere from
smell
10
fresh.
times to 100,000 times more sensitive than yours, depending on the species, you are broadcasting an enormous, detailed, and deeply strange chemical signal. Bears have a sense of smell estimated to be about 7 times
Bro,
stronger than a bloodhound's. Wolves can
what you gotta
detect
make your
scents from
mouth
nearly
that
2
big, bro?
miles away under the right conditions. Big cats have a specialized organ in the roof of their mouths. the Jacobson's organ, that essentially lets them taste the air and analyze chemical information at a level we can barely imagine. When these animals encounter a sleeping human, they are receiving a
Bruh.
flood of olfactory data, and a
I'm
lot of that
tired,
data is
bro.
just wrong. You smell wrong. You smell like synthetic fabrics like nylon and polyester and whatever chemicals were used in the manufacturing process. You smell like processed food, the meal you ate hours ago, the snacks in your bag. You smell like soap and shampoo and sunscreen and insect repellent, a cocktail of artificial compounds that has no analog anywhere in the natural world. Beneath all of that, underneath the layers of modern human life, you smell like a primate, which is something, but it's not the thing. Not the deer or the wildebeest or the rabbit that these predators have evolved over millions of years to
Why don't they
recognize and
do they
hunt.
hunt
A
monkeys?
predator's hunting instinct is not generic. It's not a vague desire
Thanks.
to kill things that moves. It's a finely tuned system calibrated to specific prey. A wolf's predatory response is triggered by the movement patterns of ungulates. A lion's strike mechanism is activated by the shape and speed and
Ugh,
smell of animals it has hunted
I'm
thousands of
tired,
times.
bro.
You
Yes,
don't fit the
sir.
pattern. You're not in the system. You're an anomaly. And anomalies trigger caution rather than aggression in most predators. There's also the campfire effect, which is one of the most underrated things humans have ever figured out. Fire is one of the only stimuli that produces a near universal fear response across virtually all land animals. It's not
Big boss. What are we talking about now, boy? Man, we're 7 minutes in, bro. 10 minutes to go. What are we talking about? Yeah, listen to this nigga. Listen, I'm gonna what the
ungulates. A lion's strike mechanism is
strike
activated by the shape
mechanism.
and speed and smell of animals it has hunted thousands of times. You don't fit the pattern. You're not in the system. You're an anomaly. And anomalies trigger
Anomaly.
caution rather than aggression in most predators. There's also the campfire effect, which is one of the most underrated things humans have ever figured out. Fire is one of the only stimuli that produces a near
Stimuli. Stimuli. He stimuli. What? King, what is stimuli, bruh? Yeah, we're gonna cut this reaction short. We're gonna cut it
universal
short.
fear response
He's
across
using
virtually
plenty big
all land
words.
animals.
Wakhatata.
It's not a learned behavior. It's not something animals figure out from experience. It's innate. It's ancient. Animals that were afraid of fire in the wild survived wildfires by running.
Okay,
Animals that
wildfires.
weren't afraid of fire didn't. The fear is so deeply embedded that laboratory raised animals who have never been near fire in their lives will show avoidance behavior at the smell of smoke. It goes that deep into the evolutionary code. Humans discovered fire somewhere between 1 and 2 million years ago. And for most of that time, sleeping next to a fire has been standard operating procedure.
Sleeping
We
next to
weren't
a
doing
fire
it
is
just for
crazy,
warmth or to
though.
cook. We were doing it
Yeah, boy,
maybe with
knowing myself and how I sleep, I was gonna burn first night. First night, if I'm not burning, somebody sleeping next to me is gonna burn because, boy, can't tell me nobody has burned and thought maybe this is not a good idea.
without knowing it consciously. Because it works as a repellent. A campfire doesn't just keep you warm, it broadcasts a signal into the surrounding dark that says something dangerous is here, something that controls fire, something that should be avoided. The predators
Something
got
that
that
controls
message,
fire.
and they've been getting it for so long that the message doesn't even need to be decoded anymore. It just triggers avoidance automatically. You figured that out before you figured out farming, before you figured out pottery or writing or architecture. Fire first. Smart move, honestly. Now let's tackle the biggest myth about predators, because movies have spent decades getting this completely wrong. Predators are not reckless. This is so important. The image of the apex predator as this fearless, unstoppable killing machine that attacks
They're
anything
smart.
within range
Not
is
smarter than me,
fiction.
man. I know
Pure
they're
fiction.
smart. Like
In reality, large
I've chilled
predators
with them
are
a lot.
extraordinarily careful about what they engage with because they have to be.
I
A
know.
lion doesn't have health.
What was this movie? Lion King. Yeah, yeah. Like uh, who's this Scar? The nigga with the scar had to be careful when he was fighting Mufasa. Yeah, you had to be careful because like he had to be strategic about. You saw he planned that thing with the herds running him over, and then the hyenas doing something. They were doing something somewhere, and then he went from for Simba from Mufasa. Yeah, the lions, they're smart, dog. They're smart creatures. Yeah, you gotta watch out, boy. That's
Insurance.
my
A
preacher.
wolf doesn't have sick days. One serious injury, a broken leg, a deep bite wound, a damaged eye, can mean a slow death by starvation. In the wild, injuries don't heal at the vet. They either heal on their own while the animal somehow still has to eat and hunt, or they don't heal and the animal dies. This means every single decision a predator makes about
It
whether
has
to
to be
engage with something is a
strategic.
survival calculation. Is the caloric value of this target worth the risk of injury? Is this prey item familiar enough that I know how it will behave? Is the chance of a successful hunt high enough to justify the energy expenditure? A sleeping human fails this
I know they waste
calculation
a
in
lot of
multiple
energy
ways.
for food,
First,
boy. Like,
unfamiliarity.
I don't
A predator
realize
is
it,
most
but
confident attacking prey it knows. It's watched the prey animal hundreds of times. It knows how a zebra runs, where its blind spots are, how it kicks when it panics. It does not know how a human will respond. Humans are wildly unpredictable. We might wake up screaming. We might have tools nearby. We might have other humans nearby who will respond. We might
ah,
thrash and
like the way I be responding, dog. Hey, if a lion wakes me up while I'm sleeping, boy, let me say I'm in a tent there, we camping. You feel me and the Bruellas, maybe the Bruellas, and a different tent or some boy, and a lion just gets up in my tent. Let me explain to you, boy. And a lion just gets up in my tent, bruh. I'm not reacting like the rest of how everyone else. I'm waking up. I'm looking at it. And I'm gonna look at it. Get my flashlight. I'll take a picture and then go back to sleep. If it's still there, I'm gonna kick. If it's still there, smelling on me, cause I'm not gonna just sleep in Gina, cause obviously he's gonna try to eat me, thinking, oh, free lunch. Yeah, I'm not free lunch. The man I hear is still breathing around there in my tent, and when I'm kicking it out, boy. Shaka see it. I hit it with a boot. Yeah, shot with a boot. It's just a big cat. He's like, for that. Throw a boot at it, boy. It's gonna leave. I'm gonna be calm, boy. You know when I wake me up, I'm gonna be calm. It's gonna leave me alone. I promise you. Don't do it. You don't do it, though. I can do it because, like, I've experience with them. When I don't try it at home, don't try it.
completely
You're not me.
unexpected
You
ways.
feel?
For a predator trying to minimize risk, that level of uncertainty is a massive red flag. Second, the size question. Humans, when they stand up, are actually pretty big. We're tall, upright, and our
I mean, have
bipedal
you seen a
posture,
moose?
standing on two legs, makes us appear larger and more
Man, a moose
imposing
is
than most
big,
prey
boy.
animals of equivalent weight.
Yo.
Researchers studying predator prey dynamics have noted that bipedalism is itself a kind of threat display. Standing upright is what gorillas do when they want to intimidate.
I don't know.
It's what bears do
GGG.
when they want to look threatening. A
Yeah.
creature that walks around like that
Facts.
all the
Facts. Facts.
time
Facts. Yeah.
as its default mode reads as inherently assertive to other animals. Even asleep, the
Like
silhouette of a
a
human shape is
certain
unusual in a way that
certain
doesn't say
stance.
easy meal. Third, and maybe most importantly, why bother? There are almost always easier options. A predator with a
AI.
healthy territory and a functional
It's already giving
ecosystem has
AI
access
again.
to prey it knows. Prey it's comfortable hunting, prey that fits its biological template. Going after something strange, unknown, and potentially dangerous when there's a perfectly available impala or rabbit in the vicinity makes no
Impala.
sense from a survival standpoint.
Impala. Hey,
The
you gotta
risk
love
reward
English, dog.
math just
The
doesn't work
English.
out. Here's something else that
The English dictionary is something very fascinating. It's very interesting. What else? He said some other word. That word in Impala, dog. Hey, South Africa, y'all gotta get educated, boy. Y'all gotta get educated.
almost never comes
Let's
up in
call it
these
Impala.
conversations. Your sleep is not as deep as you think. This is actually one of the more astonishing things about human biology. We experience sleep in cycles. You go down into deep, slow wave sleep, then you come back up into lighter stages, including REM sleep, where your brain is
Ah, that's
actually
true.
quite active. And during those
That's
lighter
why I can wake
stages,
up at 4 in
researchers
the
have
morning
found
and
that your
still be
brain
fine.
remains
You feel me?
surprisingly responsive to the environment around you. External sounds
And
still
man,
get
that's so
processed.
true. That I
Unfamiliar
be
noises
hearing
are
people
more likely to
talk
break through into
while I'm
awareness than
sleeping,
familiar
bro. Like
ones.
disturbing my
Scientists call
sleep and
this
shit.
the sentinel function of sleep. The idea is that even while resting, animals, including humans, maintain a partial watch on the environment. Your brain, during light sleep stages, is still filtering sensory input and flagging things that seem unusual or threatening. A twig snapping loudly nearby, the sound of a large animal moving through brush, a change
Okay,
in
never
the air
mind.
pressure and
Never
smell
mind.
that
Leave me
comes
alone.
with something large approaching. These things can pull you toward waking faster than you might expect. This is not an accident. The humans in our evolutionary history who
Bro,
slept
this
too
AI
deeply,
video
who
is
were
throwing me
completely
off,
unresponsive
dog.
to nighttime threats, were
AI
more likely to not
errors.
wake up at all. The lighter sleepers, the ones who could go from asleep to on their feet in seconds, were the ones who survived and reproduced. Over hundreds of thousands of years, human sleep got tuned to stay light enough to
Shit,
respond to
look
threats.
at that,
Smell
bro.
on their feet in seconds were the ones who survived and reproduced. Over hundreds of thousands of years, human sleep got
What's that, dog? Like, what's that, bro? Why? What? Hey,
tuned
it's
to stay
pissing
light
me
enough to
off.
respond to threats. We sleep lighter and in shorter cycles than most large mammals, partly because our evolutionary legacy assumed there would always be things in the dark worth waking up for. So while you feel completely helpless when you're unconscious, you're actually running a fairly sophisticated early warning system. Not perfect, not foolproof, but present. And then there's the group factor. Humans are almost never actually alone when they camp. We
Facts.
travel in groups,
Except,
sleep in groups,
except for
and
me
those
though, cause you feel sometimes when I'm with a bunch of people, like they can get annoying. You feel me? Sometimes it be too loud, and I just wanna be alone with my peace, me and my thoughts, and just like you feel. But I get it. I get it. Humans are never alone. You feel.
groups respond
You get that?
collectively. Predators across the animal kingdom understand group dynamics at a deep level because
You
they're
see,
prey animals
they understand. That was what I was saying about Skara and that's how he wanted to take out Mufa. That's how he did it. He knew how scared the thingies are gonna react. I'm
also
telling you,
form
dog.
groups. A
They
wildebeest in the middle of a
smart,
herd is
boy.
much safer than a
But I'm
wildebeest at the edge.
smarter.
A fish in the
They
center of
they
a
don't
school
have
is much
school
harder to target than
and
one that's been separated.
ChatGPT. We
Predators
have
don't
that.
just attack prey, they hunt for separation. They look for the isolated individual, the
That's
one that's fallen behind.
that's why they. Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. This. That's why they hand for the kids. Oh yeah, yeah. That's a that's pause. I don't mean predators had for kids like that, but that's what they gave for they go for the
The
kids.
one that's been cut off from the group. A camp full of sleeping humans is a group. And not just any group. A group that, when one member wakes up and makes noise, will likely wake up the others. That collective response is deeply unappealing to a predator trying to make a clean, low risk kill. The risk of a hunt going wrong, of turning
Mm,
into a chaotic group defense situation, is
mm.
exactly the kind of thing predators are evolved to avoid. Now, let's be honest about something, because this video would be irresponsible if it wasn't. None of this means you're untouchable. The
Says
attacks
who?
that do happen,
Nigga says who? Eh. Oh nah, boy. Oh nah, dog. Killing lions is in our blood, boy. We don't know about we don't know about you or the rest of you, but me though. Nah, I'm good, man. It's in my blood for real. It's in my blood for real. We
and
got
they
that.
do happen, follow a consistent pattern. They almost always involve circumstances that have broken the normal rules. A predator that's injured and can't hunt its normal prey. A predator that's starving because its habitat has been destroyed and its usual food sources are gone. A predator that's had so
Mm.
much contact with humans that it's lost its inherited wariness. This happens disturbingly fast when animals are fed by tourists or come to associate human presence with food rather than danger. Or a predator that's
Mm.
simply old and desperate, past its physical prime, unable to catch the prey it used to hunt. The lions of
Damn,
Tsavo in
boy.
Kenya are the most
That's
famous
tough.
example. In 1898, two male lions attacked and killed somewhere between 35 and 135
Damn.
railway workers over about 9 months. The historical records disagree on the number, and the legend grew in the retelling. But what's often left out is that these were unusual lions. Both were
I
maneless,
can
which is
tell.
atypical. One had severe dental damage that likely made its normal prey much harder to hunt. These weren't representative of lion behavior. They were exceptions created by exceptional
Okay,
circumstances.
now
The
I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Let's get to the point now, Chief. Like talking about other things now. This is a whole different story.
with most of those animals,
So,
just by being there, just by being the thing that evolution told them to be afraid of,
yeah,
one
we
species.
done. We done, boys. We done. Bruh. And that was your boy number 2000. I hope you enjoyed the video, man. Make sure to like, subscribe, and make sure the post notification bell is on your way out. And check out my other videos, my boy. I'm posting more consistently for y'all boys. At least two vlogs, vlogs. Hold on. At least 2 reactions a week, if not more. I usually post them in the same day instead of posting them stretched out. Like I post today, I post tomorrow now, cause I'm gonna forget, and I don't have space to be doing that. But yeah, y'all boys, man, I really hope y'all enjoyed the video, man, and I hope y'all have a blessed day, a blessed night, and see you in the next one.